be over hurty words while he joked about implementing Sharia law in London. It's always nice to watch him upset, so I want to share that with you. Also, I've just seen, perhaps, the most insanely stupid thing to ever come out of a politician's mouth from this Green Party MP candidate. You will not believe it. Of course, there are a plethora of idiotic things Green Party MPs have said, so I thought I'd put together a little compilation for us to laugh at. Trust me, the interviews get worse and worse the further we go along. It's truly remarkable these people are even polling. They're complete retards. So let's get into it, but let me just say very quickly, I've spoken a lot about Sadiq Khan on this channel before, and how he is one of the many unwanted and uninvited guests we've been forced to put up with for way too long in this country. Now, why do I say that? Well, public opinion polls dating all the way back to the 1950s have consistently shown that 60 to 80% of the British public want less or no immigration, but the government did it anyway, meaning there has never been a single time the British people have voted for or even consented to having any foreigner here ever. I've also said this before too, but in my opinion, there should be an immediate referendum on how many of the 21.5-ish million foreigners who have been imported behind our back and against our will since 1980 can stay, and how many people per year should be able to come into Britain going forward. That's the only way that I could see that would democratically resolve this issue. Everyone else should be deported. No ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, I just really don't give a shit anymore. You can call me racist or whatever. I just don't care. Millions must go.
If that means millions go, then millions go.
So let's get into it, but 2 secs. Just like to say how much I appreciate everyone who watches these videos, how grateful I am if you did choose to like and subscribe.
Although judging by your glasses on those tables, I can see dry January is already over for most of you. I do apologise. I hope to help you out in that respect, but my planned rollout of Sharia law is running behind schedule.
Yeah, that's hilarious, Sadiq. You know what's not so funny? The fact that women are 92% more likely to be sexually assaulted in London since you became mayor. Or how about people being involved in dangerous situations, as they're now 90% more likely to get caught in the middle of some third world criminal shoplifting since you became mayor? Yeah, it's all a big laugh and a joke to you, isn't it?
Two separate things that he said over the last 48 hours which should cause us all concern. The day before, I'm not sure why he needed to mock Islam by saying praise be to Allah after a grotesque form of words. I'm not sure why yesterday he had to mention, destroying a civilization. And I make this point respectfully. We know that this guy says one thing and does another. But even though he doesn't carry through in what he says, what he does is brings into the mainstream views in the periphery. He normalizes unacceptable and offensive views. He gives succor and comfort to people on the margins who think this stuff but haven't got the confidence to articulate it. And that should worry us all because it makes us all unsafe. If we were talking about somebody talking about, destroying a civilization or mocking, a religion like Islam, we'd normally be talking about members of the far right. We're talking about the leader of the free world, the President of the United States of America. So even though he may not carry through what he's talking about, what he'll do, without doubt, is give confidence to those to now say these things in the mainstream, whether it's on social media, whether it's in phone-ins, or whether it's elsewhere.
Well, there's a lot to mock over the religion of peace. And guess what? You don't like people mocking your religion in the West. Do you know where you can go? Back to the third world hovels that religion belongs in.
So I was in London the other day, and this bloke, he comes right up to me. He says, "Why don't you F off back to where you came from?" And you know what? I thought, I will. So I came back here to Sheffield.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're talking about Sheffield, Mr. Mohsin Mohammed Ali. This is the Green Party deputy leader, by the way.
We will not be silent. We will raise the voice of Gaza. We will raise the voice of Palestine. Allahu Akbar!
God save us.
Living as a woman doesn't make you a woman.
I trust people to be an expert in their own gender. If someone has been living as a woman for 15 years.
What does that mean, living as a woman?
Well, it means what I've said.
Well, what does it mean? What does it mean to live as a woman?
I don't really know how I can answer the question again. If a trans woman
you
has
wear
been...
dresses, you read certain books, you like something, what does it mean? I mean, not every woman lives wearing a dress. Not every woman wears makeup.
No, indeed, and that's a much larger question about kind of gender discourse and feminism more widely. But my point is that if someone is a woman, has lived as a woman for many years, needs support because they've experienced misogynistic abuse, I want them to be able to access that support. It's as simple as that.
Dear Lord, what a car crash. Like I said, these people are complete morons. She's a sitting MP, by the way, Carla Denyer. Let's see what their dear leader has to say. Does he know what a woman is?
Can a woman have a penis?
Yes.
I guess not. He does know a few other tricks related to women, though, apparently.
Wouldn't believe everything you read in The Sun, and this was a story from about 12 years ago. I've apologised then, apologise now. An article in The Sun last week where a client came to see me who was a journalist, and we had a successful project. She says that she grew 4 inches. It didn't change her cup size. She stayed the same cup size, but she said it was a tighter fit.
At the time, you believed that through hypnotherapy you could enlarge a woman's breasts and charge people for that. What was your thinking then? And how did your thinking change subsequently?
Anyone who believed that would be problematic, and that's nothing I ever believed. She says that she grew 4 inches. It didn't change her cup size. She stayed the same cup size, but she said it was a tighter fit.
Categorically, you never believed through hypnotherapy you could enlarge women's breasts.
I mean, does anyone believe that? And there's starting to become anecdotal evidence, at least, of a growth in breast size.
Did you tell women to picture themselves with bigger boobs?
This is such an absurd conversation.
No, but is it true or not?
No, it's not true. How many times can I say it is not true?
So are you going to sue the staff for a completely libelous story?
It was a misrepresentation. She says that she grew 4 inches. It didn't change her cup size. She stayed the same cup size, but she said it was a tighter fit.
So they actually grew?
Yep. I said to them to make it really, really clear that this was something I would never charge for. It's not a representation.
No, never charge for, fair enough, but never do?
No, it's not something I would ever do.
So they actually grew?
Yep. I think when these questions come from legacy and mainstream media, it often sounds like it's trying to silence left-wing politicians who are saying, I want to look at inequality in this country. I want to look at the things that actually matter, like the ongoing genocide in Gaza.
But also the character of someone matters to people, and the promises people make matter to people. So,
totally.
So the legacy mainstream media is only just trying to work out who you are and how credible your promises are.
Sure.
Do you not think that that's legitimate?
I think that's totally legitimate. Right. At the moment, I'm not charging people for breast enhancement. That's just a...
No, I'm pleased to hear that, because you're not coming on here doing an advert.
I was asking you a question which you didn't answer. I asked you, did you believe that at the time, and did you change your mind?
Right.
And you say it's not what I believe now, but did you at the time believe that? No. And that is just a misrepresentation. Fine.
Do you believe it can happen or not?
I believe that it can happen in theory, and I think it's dead.
Yes. Legend has it they used to call him the titty whisperer. Obviously, I'm joking, but this person is the most dangerous Islamo-communist we have ever seen run as a politician.
So I would want to see the complete abolition of the prison system in Scotland. Prisons are not safe, they're violent, they're really poor for people's health and well-being, particularly if you're a woman, and they fail to support rehabilitation. So actually, they don't make those of us who are not breaking the law safer either. So people are rehabilitated, they do reoffend. So we would definitely, that's an ultimate goal for the Greens, is to not have the prison system as it is right now. In the meantime, we would massively want to reduce the number of people we are sending to prison.
Lovely. So not only do they not know what a woman is, they also don't know anything about the country's finances. They'll make us broke. They are deeply infiltrated with radical Islam. Their entire campaign is basically promising to give foreigners our money. They want to legalize drugs, and then to top it all off, they want to end prisons. Just imagine waking up to these absolute lunatics in charge of your country. Honestly, I think it would be a wise decision to make a backup plan to leave the country, because if they get in, I think civil war could follow pretty closely behind. Not that I want that, but anyway, thanks for watching.